So yeah, you go through and play around with this. Sometimes it takes a couple. Where am I here? I'm at, started there. Was the first chat. Hold on. There we are. Started here, that's the first chat. Filled that one up. Went to this one, because it was slowing down. Went to this one, started that one. Went to this one, that one slowed down. Went to this one, went to that one. Now I'm on this one, and this one's a little slow too. So like, it's good and all, but you're getting there, but then you jump over to PowerCell, and that's kind of working. So, I mean, it just takes a little bit, but at this point, I don't want to start another chat because it is getting there. So, but yeah, you just run through it and play around with it. But I am, big old face right there. But I am getting it, so a little bit at a time. And yeah, I got a whole bunch of new stuff that just showed up that I got a list. Thought this thing is zoomed in or what. But yeah, I got a whole bunch of stuff that showed up. There's my photo station in case you guys didn't know. I got set up here. Then I actually have a clothing station that's actually broken down right now. See, I got the foam there. Yeah, the clothing station's broken down. But yeah, you just, God dang, that zoom in. But yeah, you just play around with this kind of stuff. Get it done. But yeah, I mean, I don't know the first thing about coding. But give me enough time and I will, figure it out. Still playing around with it. I have like, God, let's go with 30 hours at this point because I have like, I keep saying it, I have like 90% done and perfect. I'm just patching the hell out of it right now. And, a lot of patching, a lot of playing around. So, we're getting it. But, just keeping at it kind of deal. No matter what, you got to do that with all your business. And, what the hell is showing my shipping station? I moved all this into one room. So, I got my little testing station, which is a mess. Actually, a whole bunch of this is a mess. But yeah, what do I got here? Little modified setup. I got my staging area, which is a mess. Testing area, which is a mess. Bubble wrap, some boxes, scales, more scales, of course your printer, camera for Zoom calls and all that, and yeah, little sitting station here, and yeah, and then this is broken down right now, but yeah, this is where I would have my clothing station. So I have my normal photo station, which is a big booth for everything. That's like, I don't know, I think it's like 40 by 40. No, it's bigger than that. I think it is 48 from here to there. So it's a nice big area of like 48 inches. And then I think it's like, yeah, it's 36 inches tall because I can hold a ruler straight up. I didn't prepare for this video. But I can hold a ruler straight up and it will, here's one. Not this one, I never use this one. But yeah, here's the 36-inch ruler. And I can just do that kind of deal to, hold stuff up. And that way I got an extra hand. And yeah, just two, whatever the hell they're called, lights with some LED bulbs. And yeah, there's some measurements for the clothing and all that. But yeah, just playing around with all that kind of stuff. And yeah, when I'm doing clothing, I just use the cheap black bags like this. These cheap ones that are everywhere for stupid cheap. And I got like 6 different sizes. I just slap one of these on here. Get them off Amazon. And that way you don't have to buy the expensive bags. But yeah, that works for clothing. And then all this is clothing. So I need to kick all that out. But I want to get this program set up first because it does a whole bunch of new stuff. And we're getting there. So a little bit at a time kind of deal. But you face these kind of things. So I don't even know what I'm going to call this because I'm really not talking about too much business. But once again, I got to throw this whole thing off. My listing has pretty much come to a halt because I want to get this thing 90% or like 100% figured out. And right now I'm even double checking that. And then after that, I will, after that's all done, I'll play around and actually get back to listing. But that's kind of my incentive to get this thing 100% up, is to finalize everything. And then I'll be able to go. And what I'm doing right now is the response part of it. It actually responds to offers and such as much as I can. That's kind of something I'm building in. So it automatically does the price drops, and it automatically does the which eBay doesn't do right now. It automatically does the price drops on a percentage, and then it automatically responds to offers and auto declines on my base thing. And then after that, it also does like 2 or 3 other things. It actually has like 4 things going on right now, but if you're gonna build something, build it how you want it, because, and then once again, I had to go through all the sign up for a couple services. I think this is gonna cost me, I think it's I think I got a $6 in there, so it's less than $20 a month, and it'll save me a whole bunch of headaches, save me a whole bunch of time, and eliminate manually price adjusting. Right now, what I'm doing with this is I'm actually running a sale on every item every week. So I know someone's going to freak out. So every week, it reduces the price by 3% until it hits 20%. Okay? It automatically does that. And I'm not doing anything special here. I can do all this manually. It's 100% an eBay policy. It's something that I can do manually. I'm just having a bot do all this because we're talking right now. I'm at over 1,200 listings, and I plan on massively kicking this up. Like, I've been sandbagging a little bit, kind of having this in the back of my mind. And eBay kind of thing with their whole price reduction tool is great, but that price reduction tool only works with dollar amounts, and that's not going to work. I need it to work on percentages. So that's part of it, was I was waiting for that to, as soon as it becomes a bulk item where I can hit my own inventory and say do 3% a week, all good. As soon as I get all that done, all good. I can jump into that. But we're not there. It's not letting me do that. So I need to take that a step further, and then actually do it myself. Because who knows? It might be tomorrow that they switch it to that. It might be 3 months from now that they switched it to that, because I'm sure I'm not the only one that would be grabbing their entire inventory and putting it into this auto thing and automatically doing it, and it might be a huge workload for them. So instead of that, I'm doing it manually with sales to get this percentage. It's my little workaround. Mind you, I talked with Chad about this several days ago, how to do this, and yeah, that's basically what they say. So every item's running a sale. To take it a step further, because I have to have this bot to do that, and have to have the server to do that, and have to have everything to do that price reduction, I figured, well, heck, I might as well throw in something that automates the offers. So when they make, first off, when I do a new tags item, which all these are new tags items, I don't even know what I got, how many items, but these are all new tag items. I got them off whatnot, and then I need to put those all up. So what it does is automatically I'll put the price in for retail. I put the retail price in. This knocks it down by 20% to make it a realistic eBay price, because nobody goes on eBay expecting to pay full retail. So this knocks it down by 20%. And then it goes 3% every week down to 20%. And that's my floor. So my floor is actually 20% or 40% off retail. That's my floor, which is, that's a deal for somebody. And if they make an offer beyond, on any of my listings, if they make an offer at 25% below the base price, it'll accept it. So my floor is 20%, okay? So it'll knock it down to 20% on its own. And then if they want to go an extra 5%, it'll accept the offer. If it doesn't, this thing will automatically respond with a polite way, and pretty much say, you're too low or something along those lines. I have that all figured out already, but it will automatically give a response, and The exception to that is if they message me, I don't want to have the thing responding. If they message to me with something, telling it once again, don't do this. So if they do message me about, if they give me an offer and say, I got to have this for my grandma or something, shoot, I get that a lot kind of deal. So to get that, I want to respond. So in that case, it does go to me and I manually do it. But I'm having the bot do 90% of this is going to really reduce my workload, plus add that price reducer in. The price reducer's the cake, and the autoresponder and auto, which I'm building right now. You can kind of see it. And that thing is going on. And I have all this working in the background, and it's good for 18 months. And I actually built in a thing in here where it gives me a timer. That might be what you're looking at there. Where it gives me a timer, and when I'm coming up within like weeks of that 18 months, I can renew my thing. So I can get back in here in 18 months, and it'll walk me through resetting the keys. Because your keys are only good for 18 months for some reason. But whatever. The keys are, I'm saying the wrong thing there. I know I am. The codes, there you are. Your codes are only good for 18 months. And it's actually only good for 2 hours, and then the other one's only good for 18 months. So, yeah. So I need to play around, and I got all that part figured out. That was a nightmare through eBay's development program, but I got all that figured out. I had to go back and forth and up and down with that. What I wasn't figuring out was it kept telling me to fix a thing, and it was actually in the address bar. The code was in the address bar of the error message that I was getting. And yeah, so my butt wasn't figuring that out, and it took me like 2 hours to actually figure out that little error message, how to get around that. So, but we got around that. So I need to, and yeah, I'm just really patching. I've been patching for like 5 hours now. But yeah, just an update. I mean, if something's not working for you, like I'm saying, who knows how long it would have taken for them to roll out the percentage base auto reduction tool. That they actually have. They have it, but it's in dollars. And you need to do it one at a time. So every single new listing you can make, you can add this thing easily. And you can go back and manually add it to all your old listings. But that's a one-on-one basis. And that's a ton of work, for a dollar amount. So you need to actually do the percentage on your own and figure, okay, I want 3% of $120, on this item. So I want to take off, let's just go with so much. I'm not going to do the math. So we're going to do 3% and then take that off and do the 3% of that. And then, okay, now I got a dollar amount. Now I can add this dollar amount in. Well, the next item, it's not $120. I'm an everything seller. So next item, not $120. Next item might be $25.88. Okay. Figure out that percentage, enter that in. And you can do it that way and do a percentage-based thing that way. But once again, it's a one-by-one basis. How long is it going to take you to change? How long is it going to take me to change over 1,000 listings? And then every future listing, I also have to do that. No. This thing will do all my past. It does them slowly, but within a week, it'll have them all up. But it's going to take all my previous 1,200 plus and apply all this. And then it's going to take all my future ones and apply it up to I think the cap is 6,000 actives, where I actually have to upgrade the servers because it's going to hit a wall. But, this will work. So, and if I'm buying and selling, hitting that 6,000 items it's going to take me a while. It's going to take me well more than 18 months, I guarantee you that. So, maybe at 18 months, I'll see where I'm at, and maybe I'll do an upgrade at that point, or maybe I'll do that in 36 months, 36 months is a long time. A lot can happen in 36 months. So, yeah, we'll figure it out at that point. But yeah, I mean, if something's not working for you, build it, because we have the technology and all that stuff. Despite fighting it, despite doing this my first time out, yeah, I mean, you can figure it out. It's one of those things where might be a pain, but you can work through it to learn dang near anything these days, And there's going to be somebody that says, I don't 100% trust things and all that, but oh well, you know, sometimes you need to take that leap. Sometimes you got to push that deal. So I'm all over the place here. Whatever. So I mean, there you go. A little bit of an update. What I'm going through. What's going through my mind. How this business is going. We're getting there. Yes, my shipping station is a mess. It is what it is. So yeah, I got everything in this one room, which gave me the other room. Before I had this photo station in that room over there, which you don't even get to see. But yeah, so moved that in here. Took my couch out. Couch is in the other room. I had the couch sitting right here. And I like watch movies and such on that TV, which I no longer use. That's really just used for VHS and all that. But and then yeah, so there's that. And then here's the clothing when I set it up. I'm actually sitting right here because I need to do this. So all this was supposed to be just me zooming stuff. I wasn't actually supposed to be up here and doing this, but I'm here, you know. So yeah, I got shipping station, normal photo station, clothing photo station, which it's bigger, so I had to break it down. Some storage back there, and you know, this little PC here. And this is a slow one. This isn't even my fast one. I should be using my fast one in the basement, but I'm not. But yeah, then yeah, shipping station with the scale, and I just got to move the scale out if I have to. But you know, it is what it is. Yeah, make it work. You hit a wall, make it work. I don't know how you do it, but like I'm saying, I'm not going to get in the whole debate about which one to use, but you know, use what works for you, make it work, and get past that wall, because it might suck, but you know, you got to do what you got to do to make it work and bust through. Like I'm saying, I probably have several hours left of fixing a couple of things. I'm fixing up the auto what is it? The response to offers part. I already have the percentage based thing all nailed down, and I just got to fix this with this a couple little issues here, and then with this auto responder, and then responder denier to offers. It'll accept at so if I got 3%, how it works is if let's say I'm at week 2, it's taking 6% off, it'll accept up to a max of 25. So if they go down, it'll take up to 25. You know, if they say they want it for 20%, it'll auto accept. But, and what it'll do is it'll make sure it'll never go below that 25%, because then we're eating into my margins probably and a whole bunch of things. But for the most part, I figure about 40 to 70% profit is my goal. So if I need to reduce it by that, it'll work. And the thing is here is, instead of running sales, like what I'm doing right now is somebody sends me an offer I get a watcher. I send out an offer right now for 20% because I don't know if that guy's coming back. I don't do any reductions in price because it would make a huge sale. I do get a boost when I do those sales, but that's a deal. So I'm not running. This eliminates any sales too, because I know where my floor is. And this will automatically do it, so there's no need to do any weekend sales or end in relist. There's no need to do any end in relist here, because I'll have all that up too. That'll automatically hit to my floor, and then later on, probably the first of the year, the end of the year, I can modify this a little. I can just not even modify this. I can actually have it look at the thing and figure out what my Otis listings are, and whatever. I have it built in, so if I do end an item, it doesn't kill it directly. Or if the quantity goes to 0, it's not an issue. That was an issue I had to fix. But if it, because eBay likes to hang on to those older ones. So if I play around with that, it's built in where it's not an issue. So if I need to end and relist one, or if an item sells, it doesn't keep playing with it. So anyway, there we are. That's what I'm doing. I'm busting through this wall. Sometimes you guys got to do it. If you get something presented to you, there's different ways around it. There's different ways to figure it out. There's ways to learn today. Just don't be held back because of something else. Like I'm playing within eBay's rules here. I'm just having a bot do all the manual stuff that I don't want to do. I can do it all right now manually. I can do, if I want to go through 1,200 listings Probably take me like a month to adjust all these things, put it in this new price reduction tool, have all my new listings added in, which I'm probably guessing that would take an extra 5 to 10 minutes per listing to do the math, put it in this auto reduction tool, and then have that implemented on top. But whatever, I can have it. That's what bots are for. I can have a bot do it all. So there we are, playing around with all that. But yeah, there you guys go. Don't be held back. Don't let them hold you back, kind of deal. If something's in your way, if there's a wall in your way, maybe you can walk around it. Everybody thinks they got to climb over the wall. Nobody thinks they can just walk around the wall. I'm sure some military guys are going to freak out right now. But yeah, if they don't say you can't walk around the wall, walk around the wall. There you go. How'd you get to the end of the course so fast? Well, I walked next to the course. You told me I had to get A to B. You didn't say anything about going in the middle and watch them probably chew your butt out and have you do, a couple miles of running or something like that. But, look for other options, because if you're there, if you can get to the goal, it doesn't matter how you got there as long as you're getting there. If you got obstacles in your way, whatever they might be, find a different way around. Don't let the walls hold you back. I think I said that yesterday, so I'm gonna phrase it different, but figure out a different way around. There's many ways to the goal besides just the one way. If something's holding you back or something's in your way, make sure you're staying within all the rules. You got to ask what the rules are. Make sure you're staying within all the rules. Like I'm saying, I'm not doing anything that's against eBay policy here. I'm just not doing it manually because I don't have to anymore. Maybe 5 years ago, I'd have to do it all manually. Maybe they'll come out with this percentage-based thing next week. Okay, whatever. I still have the auto responder on top of it, and I also have a couple other tools on top of it, on top of this. So it still makes sense to do all that. But, yeah. And it's not perfect. It's close to perfect. Like I'm saying, I'm patching the hell out of it right now, playing around with it. One of those deals. But we're getting there. And I'm constantly testing it. Lots of dry runs, a lot of live runs after the dry runs with small sample size. But we're getting there. And like I'm saying, I'm just patching at this point, and I'll be patching throughout the night into the morning. And I don't know, we're real close. Keep saying that, but it is what it is. Real close to getting something that's implemented and good to go. But there you guys go. If you got an issue in your way, find a way around it. Thanks.